So again, I want to welcome everyone to this week's Wednesday afternoon sales session. The title this week is Prospecting During the Pandemic. We're probably going to be talking anywhere between 15 and 25 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood, and we want to leave a couple minutes in case you do have any questions. If you do have a question, feel free to click on the Q&A and put your information in there, and we will look to answer most, if not all, the questions. Luckily this week, you guys are in luck in that it will not be just myself talking. Amy is going to be doing part of the presentation, which is always a good thing. But with that said, why don't we look to get going? Like I said, our goal for 2021, and you're going to hear me say this a ton, is we want to get you in front of more qualified prospects. We figure if we can do that, it's a win for the client, it's a win for you, and it's a win for DMI. So that is our theme and our goal for all of 2021. So with that said, we understand that with this stupid pandemic that has hit, it's put a very large burden on the number of people that you can see on a weekly basis. So what we wanted to do is just talk about, at a very high level, prospecting in general, then start breaking it down into different types of prospecting, and finally go over, sort of a call to action on what you should be doing for the rest of this year. So with that said, we will go on to the next screen. So prospecting during the pandemic. We're going to go through the types of prospects that you have: current clients, warm clients, and cold clients. We're also going to go into the different types of prospecting. There's outgoing prospecting and incoming prospecting, and that accounts probably for 99% of the different types of prospecting in this industry. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of heads up of what the agenda will be. With that said, we will go into the different types of prospects. So what I will do at this point is hand over the heavy lifting over to Amy.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. So the types of prospects for the clients, there's your current clients. You want to categorize them as your hot clients. You converse with them once a month. Maybe you guys, before the pandemic, got together for dinner, but things have changed. Warm clients would be once per quarter. Those would be maybe back before COVID, you got together for maybe a quarterly happy hour is what I always like to refer to it as. And then there's your lukewarm clients. You guys talk about once every 6 months when something comes up, or maybe even, the cool clients, you can even put them in as when you do your annual policy review and you have a once a year conversation. The main goal of the prospecting is you want to move each one up a level. So that's what we're here to help you out with today. So your warm prospects that I've mentioned with, you haven't spoken to them in the last 6 months, but they become clients. Well, why didn't they? Well, you didn't find a pain, or you didn't find maybe you had a conversation and things were just not right at the time. Maybe there was a job loss and now they've got a new job. So now's another time to check back in with those clients and find out, okay, what's changed in the last 6 months? And then what do? Well, you need to get some information gathering. You're going to do an information gathering session, excuse me. So basically what you would do on that is find out, have you had a big change in your household? Has there been a birth? Has there been an adoption? Has there been a divorce? Has there been anything that's changed under the client's roof? Did they maybe sell their house and downsize, and now they've got a nice nest egg from the sale of the home you didn't know about that maybe they sold in the last 6 months? Maybe they're thinking about, hey, I've got grandchildren that I need to help pay for college because their parents can't afford it. Something of that nature. Those are always nice questions to kind of segue your way in with the clients. And then there's your cold prospects. Now, that is, you've never had an information gathering session with them. They're brand new. And maybe they're just, a brand new person. They're a referral from maybe one of your clients. They're, a cousin of a client, something like that. This is your first contact with them. Well, why are they cold? Well, You didn't identify a pain. And we always talk about identifying a pain as people need that pain in order to move on. Because I can give you all the information, and so can Jim in the world, but if it's not painful, you guys aren't going to move, and neither will the clients. So what do? You ask your clients a question. What are you worried about? Are you worried about healthcare costs? Are you worried about long-term care costs? What happens with your legacy when you were to pass away? Have you had those conversations with the clients? Those are some of the easy, quick ones that you can just kind of, ask your clients. Who do they want to see their family, precious family heirloom go to that maybe doesn't have any value, but the sentimental value is priceless? It's having those conversations that'll get these more from a cold prospect to a warm prospect. And then,
thanks, Amy. So I will take it over for the next few slides, but Amy is definitely not done talking tonight or this afternoon. So today, the next slide is about outgoing prospecting. And you guys have probably all done a ton of outgoing prospecting. In a nutshell, that's when you're reaching out to the prospect, whether it's phone call, email, whether you're sending something online like through LinkedIn, which, as most of you know, we do a lot of work with, or possibly even snail mail. The goal is that you're reaching out to them. And that's what would be considered outgoing prospecting. So what I would just task you with is take a look at the different types of outgoing prospecting that you're currently doing. And if you're doing, say, 3 or 4 different ones, cut that down to pick 2 and just concentrate on 2. If you're only doing 1, let's say you're only making phone calls and that's it, I would say, you know what, let's pick another. Let's maybe also start sending out maybe a letter or a postcard in the mail, or just incorporating email out to a client. The key is you don't want to be doing too many different types of online prospecting, but you also don't want to be doing one, or even worse, none. The goal, again, is to get in front of more qualified prospects, because in that situation, again, everyone wins. So that's outgoing prospecting, where you're reaching out to them. The other type of prospect is called incoming prospecting. And that's where you're more becoming a resource. I like to call this passive prospecting, where they're actually coming to you. A couple of different methods of doing this is, do you have a website? If you do have a website, is it just something that you put together on a weekend, or you paid someone, a social marketing person, to create it for you? There's a big difference between the two. Having a website is all about the client experience. When they go to your website, what are they going to see? What information are they going to take out of that? And finally, is there a reason why they want to get in touch with you because of your website? Again, the key is become a resource to them, maybe through social media. Maybe you write a blog, maybe you do a podcast, just different things that you can do to become a resource in the industry. The key to incoming prospecting is to do a lot of different type of off-the-wall type topics out there. For example, if you're going to write a blog, you don't necessarily have to write a blog about how life insurance can do this for you or that for you. Tell a story in a blog. Hey, I was with a client. This is how life insurance helped them. Again, your goal is to have the client experience be a positive one, and to have them want to reach out because they now view you as a resource. So, look at podcasts as well. I do a podcast every other Thursday morning. Nice, quick 15 minutes with a friend of mine of the industry. And we actually I put that on my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel. Again, just little things that can take a couple minutes per week that can make a huge difference. That's what I want you to think about. There's probably a good chance that you maybe do 0 of these, or maybe 1 of them. I want you to do a little research, talk to Amy and myself, and see if you can pick 2 of these actions to start doing sooner than later. And next steps. Amy, is this you, I believe?
That would be me.
All right.
So with the outgoing prospect, you're going to pick 2 methods to contact your prospects. Like Jim was kind of alluding to, maybe you're doing social media. Maybe you're going to follow up with a phone call or a mailer. And you're going to pick 2, and you're going to, pick the 2 types of prospects to contact. Whether you have your warm leads and your cold leads, or maybe your hot leads and your cold leads, something like that. Whatever works best for you. And then for your incoming, you're also going to pick 2 additional more for the methods to enhance. Become a resource for your clients. I can't tell you, and I'm sure Jim can vouch for this too, is how many times people were like, hey, I didn't know that you knew about this. And you become a trusted person for that client, that maybe your clients don't know that just besides you do annuities, you also know about life insurance, or vice versa. Or you know about long-term care. You want to become a resource for your clients. By becoming a trusted resource, they're going to entrust you with their business and then give you referrals.
Thanks, Amy. Now, what we didn't want to do today in this sales session is go really deep, because we don't really know, which incoming or outgoing marketing or prospecting initiatives you'd be interested in. So we want to just take it from 30,000 feet to give you an idea, to educate you on the different types of prospecting initiatives that are available. And then if you want to go deeper into this, just get in touch with us and we can have a conversation. I know I've spoken to most, if not all of you, about the 2 prospecting initiatives that we rolled out this month. One is outgoing and one is incoming. The outgoing one is where we're looking to ask a prospect to answer one question. Are you concerned, or how concerned are you with one of these 3 things? Running out of money, healthcare costs, or leaving a legacy to your kids or a charity or something else. The goal of that outgoing prospecting is to have them answer that question, which would lead to a conversation, which should hopefully lead to an appointment. Again, the goal is to get you in front of more qualified prospects. And the incoming prospecting, sort of the passive, have them come to you, is the website retirementplanning.com. We will probably be getting more information over the next few days in regards to that. But again, you can set yourself as a resource, as an advisor or an agent on the website. And then when people are looking for information on certain topics that you are an expert or a resource for, they will come to you on the retirement planning website. So again, we're going to be rolling out more stuff over the next few months. We just wanted to give you an idea about the different types of prospecting that are available, aside than typical, in person that you really can't do in this day and age because of this pandemic. So again, we wanted to thank you for joining us today. At this point, I will actually take a minute to see if there are any questions. As you guys all know, if you do have any questions moving forward after this sales session, feel free to get in touch with either Amy or myself. Oh, let's see. Now we do have one question. The first question is, and Amy, I'll hand this one over to you, is that in regards to the marketing campaign, is there one specific method that I should do over another?
That is a great question. And I always say, my personal opinion is do 2, do 3, but don't overextend yourself. So if you did one via mail, one via, retirement that Jim talked about, that's a great way to do it. Or phone calls with, some of the passive marketing that we discussed as well too.
All right, we actually have another question.
All right.
Look at that, we're rolling. I'll throw this one over to you as well. In regards to the retirement planning website.
Yes.
How are prospects being pushed over to that website?
Great question. The gentleman that created the website, he's a friend of ours, mine and Jim's. He's doing a lot of the algorithms and the social media, that's his forte, where Jim's forte is annuities, mine is life insurance. But he basically knows how to do all the algorithms and all the techie stuff to push them to that website. So great question.
Okay, excellent. So we'll give another couple seconds. Those are the only questions that have come up, and they both were good ones. Oh, here's another one.
All right.
When should I get in touch with you about which marketing campaign to choose? I'll answer that one whenever you're ready. If you want to get in touch with us this afternoon, if you want to wait till next week or February, by all means, go for it. That we want you guys to do this at your own pace that you're comfortable with. Well, with that said, the sooner you do it and the more people that you prospect to, obviously, it's going to lead to more qualified prospects. Let's see. Looks like those are the only questions. So excellent. So that took about 20 minutes, not too bad. Like I said, what we want to do is every week do oh, wait, maybe there's one more. Hold on. Oh, here's a good one. Any tips on sounding spammy when messaging messages on LinkedIn?
I can help you with that. I'm more than happy to help you. We had a conversation with one of our agents earlier, and he knows who he is. I know he's laughing right now because he knows me well, but I'm more than happy to help you out with that too, about how to do some different introductions, reword some things so you get better traction. I ask for help when things aren't going well for me, and I'm like, hey, take a look at this. And so I've also had some help rewording things as well. So
yeah, what I would suggest is let us know what you've been doing right now. Let's have a conversation. Find out what you're doing now, how well it's working, and then maybe we tweak it, or maybe we show you a different way to present the same type of message to them. So yeah, good question. Just get in touch with us and let us know. So I would say that those were the last questions we have. So Amy, as usual, appreciate the time.
Thank you. You as well, Jim.
Worst case scenario, yeah, we will see you next week. So everyone, have a great week. And if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us. I'll let you finish it up, Amy.
Everyone be safe, be healthy. If you need anything, we're here for you. We want to see everybody be successful this year, and we're very much looking forward to kicking this year off with everybody.
Excellent. Well, thank you, everyone, and we are going to end it now.